Alright, I'm here. And the only problem that I see for sure at this moment, and I'm looking in here to see, is I did not bring stuff like plumbing stuff today. Yeah. And yeah, I didn't bring anything plumbing today. So the problem is that the legs are exactly even with that waterline top. Good morning. Levi and I are headed to McCoy's, and then where are we going?
Longhorn Lester's.
Longhorn Lester's. Yes, we are going to start the build of Jami's potting table. So I will show y'all as we start building. Movie. Who kicked who out? Wait, Jami kicked Lester out?
Yeah.
When?
She had Lester kick him out.
What?
But we of course he had my bit of it heels. He onto her.
Where did you see that?
On a video.
On a video. He talks about it all the time. Lester's he watches Lester and Jami's videos all the time on his tablet. Lester was, where were they at? Home Depot or McCoy's?
McCoy's.
They were at McCoy's. He knows. They were at McCoy's and they were getting building material.
Yes.
And what did Lester say? They already had all that material at home?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in a video. That was a long time ago. But he still watches that video all the time, and Lester was mad at Jami because he had to buy a bunch of new building material and they already had that kind of material at home. Is that what the video said?
Yeah. He get on to her.
He got on to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're out of here. We're headed to McCoy's and we're headed to Longhorn Lester's, and I will keep y'all updated in the video, the progress of the table. All right, see you later. That's what I've got going so far. That length, this length. I haven't painted the legs or the skirt part of it yet. And down there is where I'll build a rolling cabinet it'll just be a rectangle. If y'all remember, I was telling you about it in the other video. It'll be like a rectangle box, long, 8 foot. Won't be quite 8 foot because that's 8 foot, so about maybe 6 foot. That way it'll have plenty of room in and out with no problem. And I think it's really cute. I think it turned out good. I haven't painted it yet. Y'all want to see my, oh my gosh, what is wrong with you moment? Here's the long piece, right? I thought I couldn't get it to line up down there. Honestly, I already had that screwed in. That basic section was done. I was working on this section. So I already had, you know, screws in the back. There's a cleat back here. Let me show y'all that. Up against, you know, screwed to the wall. There's a support screwed to the wall in the back. Okay, so there's some screws right here, right there, right down there, screwed into that cleat, holding the plywood down on the back. There's nothing in the front yet except for this one on the corner of the leg. It's going straight down in the leg. This one's going straight down into the leg. Okay, and then right here, under here, you can see that I put a 2x4. It's screwed to this leg and screwed in back there. and it sticks out just a little. It's like right here, back behind this. It's back here. Comes out to about right here, back there. And that gave me something to screw this skirt corner into. And it comes this way. And then screws in here. Now look at this crud, what I did. Don't even ask me what I did. I don't even know. Because that was actually further this way, because I don't even know what I was thinking. I had that screwed in this way. It was a little bit further down here. In fact, this screw is just barely screwed into the leg, because when it was this way, it was right in the center of the leg, and I had to move it back. I went to chopping on this because I thought it was going to have to go up around this. So mad at myself. And it's not that big of a deal, honestly, because I've still got to get another piece of plywood for the back of the long cabinet that go underneath. The back. The top and the bottom and the two sides will just be 1x12s. But the back, you know, it might need to be longer than a 1x12. So I was just going to screw plywood to the back so nothing can fall out of the shelf toward the back. Now, things might fall off the top. There's a possibility. But they won't fall, if it's in the shelf, it won't fall out. So, I still had to buy a sheet of plywood. So, I will, when I buy the plywood, I'm going to come back. Not coming back tomorrow because I got to get my house pulled together. Sunday's my turn to cook. I was thinking about doing pizzas outside since it'll be cool. Everybody can make their own pizza. I'm not even for sure if that's what I'm going to do, but that's what's in my thought process. Hold on. Today is day 3 working, not in a row. We've had things that we've had to stop and then start other things. But this is my 3rd time to go over to Longhorn Lester's today and work in the greenhouse. My plan today is just to cut the hole for the sink, drop it in, make sure it fits, then stain and put the first coat of poly on the kitchen counter, on the potting table. And then I'll just go ahead and leave. Yes. So I won't be there all that long, maybe an hour tops. And hold on, I know. And then if I can make it out there again tomorrow, I will. Maybe Saturday. It just depends on what's going on. At some point, I may even wait. I may go out Friday. Seriously, I may go out Friday. But if I don't, and I don't make it out Saturday either, because you just never know what comes on up here. I know, look what I got, a pimple. Isn't that ridiculous? 55 years old. Anyway, my plan. I know, sometimes you do, but you're still young. Mama's an old lady. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, I'll go, and when I first get there, the next time I go, not today, but the next time, I will sand and put another coat of poly. And then while I work on other things, that poly will be drying. And then when it's dry, I will caulk and drop the sink in. And I'm having to watch Jensen. When he was little and she would get down and walk around, it was funny because he was little and she was little. Don't walk on her. Do you see her? Mm-hmm. To watch him. Anyway, I can't look at myself. I'm gonna stand like this. So anyway, what was I saying? While that dries, I'll work on some other things, and then once those things are done, see, like she wants beadboard up on the one wall, the long wall, not the one with the sink, but the other one. And Home Depot has it. without me having to buy a whole, not that I don't want to buy it. I mean, it's not, it's a 4x8 sheet. And I don't want to have to cut it. It's hard cutting 4x8s. My arms are not that long. And like with that 3/4 inch plywood, I was on my hands and knees on it, holding it in place while I cut. But that beadboard is very thin. You can't climb on it and cut at the same time. So Home Depot carries already cut. It's already cut in half, 2 foot wide. And so, but they were out. And that's what I want to get. And McCoy's doesn't carry it. McCoy's only carries brown, and I wanted white because I want her bottom to be white. You know, the skirt is white and the table legs are white. The top will be dark. And then I want it to go white again as a backsplash. And then the shelves that will line it will be dark, like the countertop. What? I don't know what you're saying.
About his truck.
He said a bad word?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we're headed over there. I'm still in my nightgown. And I wanted to, you know, I want to come home to a clean house. So I'm fixing to make him go to his room for a few minutes while I straighten up the couch and put all the gifts and goodies at the end of this table like I usually do, because they're all in that chair by the front door. I haven't done gifts and goodies in 2 weeks. And they're starting to pile up. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna get out of here. I don't want y'all to see Rosie. She's just making her way all around the house. All right, I'll see you later. So here's where I left off last week. Counter's in, and I built this. I meant to bring another caster because I want to put one right in the center to make sure it doesn't sag. It shouldn't sag, and I'll tell you why. This support right here, it's supporting the middle shelf, yes. But the middle shelf also has a board in the back, and it has 2 legs on each corner. So it can't really droop, but it could droop in the center. But because I cut it tight, and it's screwed in here, and it's screwed in from underneath, it should help the bottom keep from pulling down. But I am anyway going to put, I hear my phone ringing. I am going to put a 3rd caster on it right in the middle. I just forgot to bring it with me today. My main goal today is to cut the sink in right here. And then once I cut the sink in, drop it and make sure it fits good. Then I'll pull the sink out and I'll stain the whole top and I'll poly the top. And then I'll come back. I'll try to come out tomorrow, but I don't know if I'll make it out here tomorrow. But regardless of that, when I come back, I'll sand down the poly and then put another coat of poly. And then I'll probably do the other things first, the building, because see, I have to build. We're going to put, okay, a 2x6 will go here as a backsplash. This is a 2x6 right here. It's on the back side. I need one here as a backsplash, plus it'll keep things from falling off. And then one will go right here, even with this one. And that will also give me something to screw the pegboard to. And, hold. I have a hair and it's, one of my hairs rubbing against my arm and it's making me feel like something's on my arm. Hold on. Oh, okay. It'll give me a top and a bottom plate to screw the pegboard to. Once the pegboard is screwed up, then right here, I think this is a good height. This is a height for me. She's a little taller than me. But about right here, I'll put a shelf bracket, one there and one here, and one somewhere about here. And then the same way here, this will have a 2x6 up here, and it will have one down here as a backsplash. The pipe, the water line will come back here. It'll run back behind there, come up and through the pipe and hang over the sink. This side will not have beadboard. This side will. And I ordered some pegs and some peg baskets for her to use. I also brought the 4 crates that are in the back end. She can use them down here if she wants to, just to put stuff in. Anyway, I'm going to get started right now in bringing the sink in, measuring the bottom, and cutting a hole out. And then staining it and putting 1 coat of poly on it today. All right, let me get going on that. Okay, so I see how the sink is laying like this? I put it where I wanted it. I made sure it's 2 inches back, starting right here. There's a little bit more in the back, but there'll be a 2x6 back here laying on this, so I can't come too much closer. So this is where we're going to put the sink. Now, this is the trace of the outline of the whole entire sink, this outside line. Then I came in 1 inch because I measured this lip. It's 1 inch. So I came in 1 inch, and then I made new lines inside. This is the line that I will follow. So when the sink falls in, this line you won't see anymore will be covered up, but this is what's going to hold it in, this lip all the way around. So I'm fixing to cut that. I started here with a hole with this paddle bit and didn't realize it was not the quick connect kind. So I'm going to have to do something different to get a hole started. But anyway, I'm fixing to do that right now. You guys see these screws that I put in this crack? There's one here. There's one here. That's going to hold this board tight so it doesn't fall crashing through. It's going to hold it tight. So when I'm almost done with the cut. I've got from here to this curve right here, and I'll be done with this cut. If I didn't put those in there, it would come crashing down, maybe hit my feet, or just, this is just a nice way to keep it tight up again inside the board. Then you can pull a screw out and then lift it out gently. Just a little trick I've learned. Pretty sure I learned it from somebody on This Old House. This Old House. Used to come on Channel 8. Now it comes on HGTV on Saturday mornings, I think. Anyway, learned that a long time ago. There it is, dropped in. Now, I'm going to take it out right now. I'm going to stain this whole counter. I'm going to poly the whole counter. I'm going to poly down in here. Hold on. I'm going to poly like really good all of this. And then I'll leave. I'll be done for today. And when I come back, I will sand it because it needs to have a sanding between each coat of poly. I'll probably do 2 coats, might do 3. But I'll sand it, and then I'll start working on some other. And I just got a call from Home Depot. They're out of the pegboard. She said she thinks they have some at the Humble location and possibly the Woodlands, but they're out. So me and Mom have to run to Kingwood today when I get home. She's, I think, found 2 gaming chairs on Marketplace for the boys, Connor and Lex, for upstairs. She wants to go pick them up. So that's when I was going to pick up my Home Depot order. So there's other things in my Home Depot order. I think I said a while ago I got her some pegs. Also got her a couple of baskets that use the pegboard to hang. So, and then Leva brought these in for me. I stacked them here so she can use them if she wants. What was I going to say? So I may run into Lowe's while I'm going to be in Kingwood and see what they have. And then if I come out tomorrow, I'll do the back stuff first. I'll sand it and get the sanding out of the way. Then I'll do the back. Then I'll do another coat of poly. The pegboard and the shelving and stuff. Then I'll do another coat of poly and leave, let it dry, and then come back in a couple of days, maybe the beginning of next week. Do one more sanding, one more coat of poly, and I will try to just hang around then to give time for that poly to dry. So then I can caulk this along this edge, put a bead of caulk, and drop the sink in. And then I'll have one more trip out here, and that will be when I crawl up underneath and hook up the plumbing. But that's going to be, I'm not even counting when that day will come. Because as it is right now, they don't even, which is good, I can do all the kind of work down there and never worry about water right now. Because from out here on the outside, the line is there somewhere in the ground, but it's not connected to anything. And she'll have a plumber do that. So I'll just get it all hooked up inside. But right now I'm just sanding and putting a coat of poly, then we're leaving. Well, I did it again. A boo-boo. It's not really a boo-boo as it is just a pain in my butt because something I didn't remember to do. I was almost out of stain after I stained this cabinet. That's all I had. That can is called Special Walnut. I forgot to buy another can of it. So I managed to get one side stained and polyed. And even though you can't really tell right now, there is poly all the way around the inside edge of this, of the cut. Now this will dry. Like I said, you know, when you get wood wet, it opens the grain, and that's what's going to happen right now. It's been polyed, it's been stained, and it's been polyed, and the grain has opened. And even if I don't know if you can't really see it through the camera, but you can see the grain in the wood sticking up. I will come back when I come back with my sander. Get in the car, I'm coming. I will come back with my sander, and I will sand that. Well, I'm going to have to stain this too, and poly this. And then I will sand it all, get it all sanded the next time I come. Then I'll build them shelves up there and the pegboard stuff, and put the shelf up over here. And then before I leave, I will poly all of it a second. Well, this will get a second coat. This will just be its first coat. But I can't do anything while it's wet. You literally can't do anything while it's wet. You got to wait it out. Now, I do use, let me show you which poly I use, so if anybody thinks about it ever once. It's fast drying. I can't remember. I think it's like 4 hours.
Oh, there he is. I was worried. I didn't get to see you yet. How are you? Oh,
Yeah, 3 to 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours, and then you can sand and poly again and wait another 3 to 4 hours. So all I can do right now. I hear Jamie over talking to Levi.
Hi.
Have you been here? I thought maybe y'all were gone.
No, I've been here.
Oh.
I'm at work. It looks pretty. I love it.
I'm leaving.
Okay. I love it. I love the crates. Those fit perfect. So where do I find those?
I got them at Walmart, but I painted them white, and they're old because I used them in Bree's wedding.
Oh.
And then after that, it was like,
Yeah.
so I used them for storage in the corner of my kitchen, just standing on it. Or get more hiding things.
Yeah. So that's what I was asking where you got those, because I want to be able to hide it. Right now, it just looks like clutter, but it had to come out because I was preparing for prom.
Yeah. So, yeah, that would hold if you wanted to put. Yeah.
I'll go find 4 more of those things.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's all I could do. I cut the holes to the sink. There's the sink. Isn't it pretty?
It is beautiful.
It was, I found it on Marketplace.
Oh, you get the best hugs.
It's never been used. I don't know what they were doing. She goes, "Do you want 1 or all 6?" I'm like, "No, I just need 1."
Yeah, 1's good. No, I like
And-
it. It's deep.
So I don't know if they were remodeling a home or that's what her husband does and they had a bunch left over or what. But I was assuming used, but it's never been used.
Yeah.
So I cut the hole and it fits perfect. So when all that's dry and we put a couple of more coats of poly on it, then I'll caulk this in. Then we'll do plumbing. And then after I do the plumbing, then you can hire whoever you're going to hire to hook the water up to it. Then you'll be set to go.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so we're going to head on out
The hot tub
because
is not staying here, for the record. The hot tub is not.
Well, I hope not. It's on an angle.
I'll push Lester right out of it. You know, it just had to move because of prom. So our whole
All right. I got the shelves up and the pegboard. Looks really pretty. I've got a couple of things to hang on the pegboard. It's still in the back seat of the truck. So I've got what I've got going here. I've got the caulk. I just squeezed it around there. Here's the sink down here. I'm fixing to put that in. And then I've got to stain this countertop. And I'm going to poly this one before I leave. And tomorrow morning, I'm hoping tomorrow morning or sometime tomorrow, get back out here and poly this top. And possibly go ahead and do the plumbing tomorrow. But I can't do the plumbing. I can't do it anymore tonight. My back. Probably need a shoe with a arch. Because walking on this concrete, just in these little flat shoes, doesn't do anything good for you. But I'm happy with how this looks. It looks really pretty. And she's going to have room for stuff up there, stuff down here. There's my plumbing, all the stuff I need for plumbing right there. I'm going to leave it here. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I got her this. I'll show y'all how this will work. Well, I've got a thing screwed to it right now, but it's just going to come right out like this of the wall of this thing. And she'll be able to hook, I may go a little higher if I can, but she'll be able to hook a water hose to it when she wants to. Anyway, I'm happy with all of this. So now I just got to get the sink set in place. And then I'll poly, like I said, I'm going to poly that right now, stain this right now, and then I'm going to go. And maybe tomorrow morning now, I found on Marketplace, you know, I've been looking for a sofa. Because Levi is just about done in our sofa. And I think I found one if she's going to be available tomorrow. I haven't seen if she's answered me yet. So she gave me her address. So I feel like we're on a good roll of picking it up tomorrow. But I just have to make sure. So if I can go do that maybe in the morning early, get home, and then come back out here and just the expedition, I won't need the truck. Came in the truck today. But if I just come out here to poly and put some plumbing in, I won't need the truck. So anyway, I'm going to set this sink and finish staining this. Alright, I got it stained. And I actually have a coat of poly on it. I gave it about 15 minutes and I went ahead and put a coat of poly on this one and a second coat of poly on that one. So that one basically is done. See some caulks. Well, it won't really matter. It dries clear. Tomorrow I will give it all a light sanding. And I'm going to sand this edge. I started here and softened it. But I stopped here because I didn't want any sand, any dust to fly down in that wet. So then I dusted it all off and put a coat of poly on it. I'll finish sanding this edge and make it, see this edge is rounded a little bit. That's because I sanded this way up and down. I'll do the same thing on this one, just go up and down until it's really soft. But I got it down here. I just didn't want to get close to that end. I'd already put poly on it. All right, turn this fan off and me and Levi are gonna go home And we'll come back tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, and finish the plumbing. And if I can come tomorrow just to do the plumbing, then what I'll do when I first get here is I'll sand this side off. It won't need another coat. It's done. I'll just sand down the grain that raises. But this is, and in fact, it's pretty smooth right now. But that was going to have a good sanding and then a second coat of poly. And I will do that like when I first get here. So that will be drying as I go under and do the plumbing. And I'm not going to do the drain right away, but I am going to get the hook up to it and the faucet coming out over. I'll get that done. All right, I'm going to go. I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, I think today's going to be my last day over here. He's watching his movie. So I have sanded this morning when I got here. This is my piece I just cut. Alright, so I needed this. Now I've already got Teflon tape on here, and I've already got this screwed on. And it's going to sit right there. See that hole? It's going to sit right there. That puts it plenty of space, clearing the side of the, I can do it from here, you can see better. See it? It clears the sink. So nothing will be splashing down here. It'll be into the sink. Alright, so I've cut this piece. This will go through here all the way. It comes out back there. This elbow will go back there. This will go right here. Then this up here will be done. Then I'll have to just get down there on my knees. Now I've already put the drain in. I did it as tight as I could get it. The sawdust is getting stuck to everything. As this gets tightened, and I'm gonna tell her that when she has the guys come out to do run her actual water out there, to tighten this for her before they leave. But and I put aside, okay, she doesn't need, since it's not going into septic, she doesn't need a P-trap. So I put that one on there, turned to go out the wall there. But I was not thinking about these doors here. So I am going to get her a different tailpiece. These are called tailpipes. They come off of this. I'm going to get her a straight one. And then I'm going to see if maybe she would consider, hold on, if she would consider corrugated pipe. Like, you see them a lot with RVs and stuff like that. They're the flexible hoses like are on swimming pools. You can put one on that tailpipe and put a clamp on it. And then it'll just lay along the ground and come out here. And then that'll give her a little bit of hose to walk around with. You know, she can literally, if this is where this rose bush is going to stay. I don't know if this is where this rose bush is going to, oh, you can't even see it. So if the corrugated comes down and comes right around this corner and out, the water, whatever she's draining in that sink, is just going to go out, and it's going to follow the grade all the way down back. And it'll also give her the opportunity, if she wants to pick it up, and instead of just wasting it out, she could pick it up like a water hose. She could stick it in this plant if she wanted, or anything else that she may decide to plant back here. If she has anything that she wants to plant back here, she could leave it just the length that it will be, or she could add to it and literally have it rolled up, coiled up back here, and when she wants to use it, just drag it to wherever, and she would never be wasting any water. But I think that's going to be her best bet, because otherwise she's got to go through, we got to go through this wall, the 2x6s, then we have to go through the, I don't want her to have to do that. So I'm going to get her some of that corrugated pipe. It's a hose. looks like a water swimming pool hose, or you see them, I already said that, but you see them a lot with RVs. You can get them like 25 foot or 50 foot, and just clamp it to the tailpipe that comes down, and she'll be able to take it and put it anywhere she wants out here. But I'm gonna get done with this in here. I just wanted to show y'all. I did add this little piece here. This brings it out. If I hadn't had this piece here, then let me show you, it would be back here, and it just barely, and I mean barely, clears the sink flange right here. And I didn't want it to be splashing back and hitting stuff back there. I wanted it to be further out. So now, no matter what, it's gonna fall down into the sink. All right, I'm gonna get done here. All right, guys, it's finished. It's wet, so you can't touch it. I'll tell Jami that in a few minutes. This is all done. It's solid. Plumbing's done underneath. I got a backsplash so nothing will fall off the back for her. It's done. All right, I'll see y'all in a little bit. I'm gonna go ride around with Lester.